Hi, have you got a Cricut machine and want to learn to print and cut but feel so overwhelmed by it? Keep watching because I'm going to show you how to do it, and it is really easy once you know how. Hi, I'm Sarah. I am the crafter and designer behind this channel, and I am going to teach you how to get the best out of your Cricut machine. And today we are talking about print and cut. So what is print and cut? Print and cut is an action that you can complete on your Cricut machine if you want to make printable projects. So these are printable stickers, and we've got some scrapbooking papers here too that you can use for crafting and scrapbooking. And you can make all of these using patterns or stickers on print and cut. Cricut machine will cut it out, but you need a printer. So you need to connect it to your printer. And the first thing you've got to do is you've got to calibrate it and connect both of them together. So if you haven't done that, the Cricut machine isn't going to print it. What that's going to do is it's going to have a conversation with the printer, for want of a better phrase, so that you're going to connect them together so that you can say to your Cricut, print this off, bring it back, we're going to cut it. And what it does is it maps it out. So it can't read it as in visually, but it can map out the cut. So exactly the same as when you send, I don't know, a circle to cut on the Cricut, you tell Design Space you're going to cut it, and it will, wherever you put it on your mat, it will cut it out. Well, that's exactly the same with print and cut. The only difference is that the size is different. This is the size of a print and cut image. This is your maximum size, and you can measure it out in Cricut Design Space. So that's the size you can cut, but you can cut multiple projects. So how it works is that you design in Cricut Design Space your print and cut image. You can either, if you've got Cricut Access, you can use any image from Cricut. You can use some of the free images if they've got any free printable images, or you can upload your own images. So these images are from my shop. This is my balloon element set, and it was 50p, and that's there available for you to download. And with that, you can make patterns, you can make sticker sheets. There's so much you can do with it. So you connect your Cricut to your printer machine, and then you've got to calibrate it. And the reason you're going to calibrate it is because you've got three machines working together. You've got your Cricut, your computer, and your printer. And what you will do for the first time you ever print and cut, you must calibrate, because what that's going to do is make sure the relationship between the three machines is exactly right, and it's telling your Cricut the right places to cut it. And that's when you start to calibrate, you'll cut a series of lines. It's step-by-step instructions. I'll show you where to find it. I'm not going to do it because my machine is cutting perfectly at the moment. I am not messing with that. But yeah, once you've done that, the relationship between the three machines will work in sync so that it cuts perfectly. So what we'll do is I'll show you where to find that now. Once we're in Cricut Design Space, you want to head to the top right-hand corner, and you can see where your name is, and you want to go onto settings. Now, when settings comes up, you want to click on machines and then machine calibration, scroll down till you find your machine. So you just click on your machine. So I've got a Maker 3, click start, and this will bring you to here. So this is for your knife blade, for print and cut, and for the rotary braid. So you can now continue from here and calibrate your machine and follow the step-by-step instructions, which are easy. So that's your calibration done, and now you're ready to print and cut. If you have any images that don't print and cut correctly now, it's usually an environmental issue. So, for example, if you was to send this sheet to print and cut, and it was cutting this upside down up here, then that means you've put your paper in upside down. So when you put this on your cutting mat, it must be exactly the same direction as it is on your screen on your computer, because that is what it's going to map out and cut. It doesn't see it, it maps it. So that's why it needs to be exactly the same. If it's slightly off, then look around you for your environment. So for example, my office has a roof window, which causes me quite a lot of problems. When I'm videoing, if the sun's shining on my head, if the sun's shining in a certain direction, all of those things can cause a problem. And the sort of problem it will cause is that the light will shine on the sensors on the Cricut and it knocks it slightly off. It took me quite a while to work out what it was. I also struggle because my roof's like that and I've got spotlights, if a light will bounce off. So make sure if it's cutting off, check, look around you. Is there a lighting? Shut the blind. Is there enough light? That can affect it. And if a spotlight, all my spotlights are shining away from my Cricut machine for that reason. So check all of the environmental issues, because they're all the things that will stop it printing and cutting. And once you've got all of those things right, then you shouldn't have any more problems. So what products do I use? This is printable cardstock, and I just bought it from Amazon. It's just A4 cardstock, and I think it's 180 GSM. I'll drop the link to this below. It wasn't expensive, and I use this for if I want to make a card front. So I tend to buy the base cards and then use these to put on top. So if I want to make a birthday card, or these are really good for scrapbooking patterns. So you can create patterns on card. You can use printable magnetic sheets. They're brilliant for making magnets. I'm going to do a tutorial on that separately. They are just the best. And then print and cut sticker paper. So this is from Amazon. It's an inexpensive one. It's a gloss one. And I also have the matte, depending what project I'm working on. But you can see how gorgeous. It's just, the quality is great. And as long as you're using your printer settings and not the Cricut settings to print off, I'll explain that later, then it prints perfectly. And what the sticker paper does is it allows you to kiss cut. Kiss cut means that you're cutting your sticker around the edge, but you're not cutting right through your paper. So you can have a sticker sheet. And you've got two different types of cuts. You've got kiss cut and die cut. Kiss cut is cutting just halfway through, and die cut is when you cut all the way around the edge. So when this comes out of the printer, this will have registration marks, and you can cut that off with a guillotine, or if you want to die cut it out, I will also show you how to do that. So this sheet has been kiss cut and die cut. Okay, so let's hop onto Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to show you how to use print and cut. We're going to make stickers, but this can be used for anything, and once you've mastered print and cut, it is the best action on Cricut Design Space. You can do so much with it. In Cricut Design Space, so I'm going to just go to the free shapes bar. I've got a square. I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to unlock it, and this is going to be my template. So you don't need a template, but I'm going to use it as the back of my sticker sheet, and you could just use it. It's there for a guide, so you know what sizing you need. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to a print and cut image, and the size it wants to be is 6.5 by 8.6, and that's more or less, give or take a few millimeters, the size of a print and cut project. That's what you're going to be able to put through the system. Now I'm going to just change my background. So if you go to the bottom right and just click on background color, this has moved it so much easier, and I'm going to change it to a pale grey. You can also get rid of your markers if you click on the corner, and that's in the top left hand corner, and I just find it easier working without them. Sometimes I do, but quite often I get rid of them. So I'm going to change my background to white, and that is why I changed my canvas so that I could still see it. And now we're going to start uploading images for the stickers. So you can use Design Space images if you've got access. If not, go to upload, and I'm going to click on this bird. This is my balloon sticker elements. You can't upload them all at once, which is frustrating, but do it one by one. And then you click on it, click upload, and you want it to be a flat graphic. Once you've clicked on that, then you're going to click next, and that will upload it. It's already named. If not, you can name it. And now all you need to do is drag it smaller, get rid of that sidebar, and keep going till you've got all of your elements. So what I'm going to do is I'm uploading all of mine first. I'm fast forwarding this, and once they're uploaded, then I can drag them all smaller together by selecting them. It would be so much easier if you could upload in bulk, but yeah, we're doing it one by one, and at least that way you can select them all as flat graphics. So once they're all in Design Space and you've got them all where you want them, you're going to select them all. And to select them all, you're just going to right click and select. And there you go, that's got all of my elements, but it's not picked up the square. And I'm just going to drag the corner and drag them smaller. And again, get rid of the sidebar. You can see there are some elements there if you want them, but you have to pay for those. And now we're ready to start building our stickers. So there's certain things you've got to think of with print and cut. And it's all about how it will cut out, how fine the image is. So when I look at this sunshine, I'm going to drag it into position on my sheet, and I want to create an offset because I don't know what they're called, the rays of sun, they're a bit thin. So if I just add a little offset, that will just make it a bit bulky because you want them to cut nice and chunky and not too fiddly. So click apply, and that offset is now coming print and cut. So I'm going to change that to a very pale pink. So I want a paler pink than that, so I'm going to go on the advanced bar at the bottom of colour, and you can just drag it round till you're happy. Move out the way the guide, select all, and I'm going to flatten because that wants to be one flat image. So anything you add to it, any offsets, you need to flatten. And you can see there that that is now one image. What we're going to do then is move on to the next image, which is the balloon. And again, look, if you look there, you've got all those really fine basket lines, so we want that to be thicker, So we're going to create our offset. Then we're going to click on the offset. Now this is a print and cut image, but when you go to the bottom to contour, you can now remove the contours in your print and cut images. I'm going to turn that white, and then I'm going to select all and flatten. And that is going to really cut nice because you're just cutting around the edge rather than cutting fine fiddly lines. This grass is fine, but I just want to add a darker green line around the edge. So that's more of a design choice. But can you see how it pops when you do that? And then with a cloud, I don't think we need to do much, but with our little bird, again, the bird's feet would just be, you're just asking for trouble if you cut some things really, really fine. It's doable, but the machine doesn't always like it. When you can create an offset, and that just makes it look a bit prettier and it cuts it better. So there we go. I'm going to flatten that. Now I'm putting my guide back in, and I'm just going to arrange everything on my guide sheet. Now I am going to use this as a sticker background. You don't need to, but because I don't want guidelines on my printable sheet, I want to gift it as a sticker sheet. I'm going to cut this image out as a die cut so that I've got a print and die cut image on the same sheet. So to do that, you're going to cut the images once, but I'm going to cut the background 3 times, because when you cut the sticker sheet or print and cut, it will cut, or you will set it to cut on a kiss cut setting, which means that you're only going to cut the top layer of the 2-layer sticker paper. If you want it to die cut, then you just cut it more. So by cutting it 3 times, that is going to give you the cut around the edge that you want. And now we've got our stickers more or less in position. I might rearrange them a bit. I want to add a word, and I love adding words into stickers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type summer, but what I'm going to do is do that in capitals, and then go to the top bar to letter spacing, and I'm going to space it out, then add an offset. So what that's done is it's given me a chunky letter than the font allowed me to have. So I'm using Arial black font, but you can see that I've just made it a lot chunkier. So once I do that, then I'm going to position it on my sheet. This is a cut image at the moment, but this is an offset now, so we can't change it. But what I can do is add a pattern or colour it. So what I'm going to do for this one is colour it. So we're going to go for the pale pink, and I'm going to add an offset to give it a bit of detail. So just a really fine offset. And that's why you have to space your letters out, so that you've got space to add offsets, because you want your letters to all cut separately. So I'm just going to add my offset now, and there you go. Move that out of the way, and I'm going to colour that. So I might just colour that more of a yellow colour. Again, you can go into your advanced picker bar and you can drag that bottom colour thing about so that you get the right colour. And once I'm happy, then I'm going to select all and I'm going to flatten it. And again, if you don't flatten it, the machine will cut it out as 2 separate layers. So you have to flatten them together to create 1 layer. Now we're going to get another word. So I'm going to put time. And again, it's Arial black. We are going to create some space in between our letters, and that's going to give us a space for 2 offsets. And once we're happy, we're going to create our first offset to make the letters chunkier. I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to do that again. I think that was just a bit too chunky. Take that in a bit, and you can just mess about at the top, and you can go square or round. If I go square, that might make it better. And then click apply, and that's better. Now I'm going to enlarge it. That's going to sit under summer so that my letters are bigger. And we are going to add a pattern to this word. And you'll go exactly the same. You go to Print Then Cut, click on the dot, and then you're going to click on colour, and pattern is underneath. And here you can choose a pattern. So I have made this pattern out of the sunshines, and this is a great way to use my file so that you can do loads of stuff with them. You can edit it so that you can scroll in and out, and there you go, you've got a pattern. There are free patterns in Cricut Design Space, and there are some great patterns and textures, but if you want to custom make them, I have a video that will help you do that. I will link that below. And then you can add an offset. I'm going to choose a pinky colour so that it's got a bit of a contrast, and again, flatten. And now it's time to rearrange our stickers, and then once we've rearranged them and got them all where we want them, we can send them to print and cut. Now, if you don't want to kiss cut around the edge of your stickers, and you'll see the result at the end, if you are happy to have the guidelines on your sticker sheet, then just leave the background off, and what you're going to do is select all of your layers, and then you will attach them all. So they're all attached together, and then when you send them through your Cricut machine, they will all stay in the same place. If you don't attach them, everything will scramble and they won't stay how you want them to. If that doesn't matter to you, then I would leave it. But all I would say is that I don't think Cricut really designs when it sends through very well to save space. So this is a great way of saving space on your sticker sheet. You could mess about and get rid of more gaps if you wanted to. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the background. We're going to right click and select all of the top layer, and we are going to go to the bottom on the right hand side, and we're going to click attach. So they're attached then. Then what we're going to do is we are going to slide the white layer back in and position it. And we're going to duplicate that by 3 times, because remember I said that we're going to cut that 3 times, and you can see now if you flatten it, it will only cut it once. It needs to be attached so that you're basically stacking up your layers. So you're going to have 3 layers of the white and 1 layer of your stickers. And once I've done that, to save my file and then send it to print and cut. So here we are, we're in the print and cut dashboard, and we are going to click continue. And once we've clicked continue, it will bring you to the next window, and from there you will click send to printer. So it's waiting to connect to my Cricut, but it will do that. And when it sends to printer, you're going to see there that it says sensor marks added. So that's what we're going to cut out as well with the kiss cut and the die cut. I'm going to remove the bleed, and I'm going to click system settings, make sure my right printer is selected, and click print. And what's going to happen when I've done this is I'm going to get a pop-up box. If you can't find it, it'll be behind Cricut Design Space, so just reduce it down. And I'm going to change the settings to next. It's really important you do that, because I don't find the Cricut quality settings as good. Then when it's printed, you can go on to printable vinyl. So these are all my settings that I've got saved. I've got printable vinyl there. And I'm going to click less, so that there's less pressure when it's cutting. And here are my stickers printing off. So I printed them on glossy paper. And here you go, they look gorgeous. It is reading the registration marks, so you can see that we've got our sticker sheets, we've got our stickers on the sheet, and you've got these registration marks. So your Cricut machine will read those marks before it cuts it, and that's how it works out where to cut everything, because you're following a pattern. So you have to make sure that you put your sheet on your mat in your Cricut in exactly the same direction as it was on the paper, not upside down, because it's not cutting off the eye, it's cutting off the memory of the program. Kiss cutting our stickers. So what kiss cut means is that it's going to cut it deep enough so that you can peel the sticker off the back sheet, but it won't go right through. And that is the reason that we did the background 3 times, because that's going to cut 3 times and we've attached it. So what that means is we don't have to use a guillotine to cut these marks out. It's going to cut it out itself, because it's going to go around 3 times. It's just going to do that once. And there you go. So we've taken the back off and we've created that sheet. So you don't have to do that. You can just cut that out with a guillotine. That's a step you can choose to do. But how amazing do they look? And they're all made with the images from my shop and with free fonts, but you can use any images you want to upload. How did you find that? I hope you've got a finished print and cut project, and I really, really hope you found it easy, because I think once you work through it step by step the first time, it's a really easy action and the easy project that opens so many possibilities. If you make things to sell, if you want to create themed party supplies, if you're getting married and you want to create stuff for your wedding. I mean, if you think at a wedding, you could use these as little kits for the kiddies. You could set a theme, whatever the theme of your wedding is, find elements to match your theme of your wedding, and you can create stickers for the kiddies. Or you can create a holiday survival kit, themed sticker kit. If you're doing scrapbooking events, you can make your own stickers for that. You can print out your own elements on card. There's so much you can do with print and cut. So please do share with me any projects. Can you just drop in the comments how you got on? Did this help? Did you find it easy? Have you got any burning questions? Was there anything you want to overcome? Was there any problems you came up against? Or was there anything you particularly loved about the process? Please do tell me in the comments. I'm going to link the cards so that you can make your own patterns and upload those to Cricut Design Space, because I can't tell you how easy it is. And once you've got them uploaded, you can create so much with them. So please do check that video out. Thank you for crafting along with me, and happy crafting.